Adesawe Kanda. I am Portia Gabo.
And I am Martin Asiedu Datem. Here are the headlines for the next 1 hour.
News 360 Headlines is brought to you by
Flamingo Paint
and Napa Foods. Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Coil.
3 maintenance workers drowned in underground fuel tank belonging to Cocoa Board at Ifiduase near Koforidua.
Conveners of Occupy Jubilee House served notice to protest daily in December.
Africa Education Watch says it has uncovered an escalation of examination malpractice in this year's West Africa Senior Secondary Education Certificate Exam, WASSCE.
In business news, Director of Operations at Daylex Finance, Joe Jackson, observes the real value of the cedi will be exposed when government resumes debt servicing to external creditors.
And on the international front, death toll continues to rise in Israel since Saturday's surprise attack by Hamas fighters, with 900 killed, including 260 people massacred. We are live around the world on 3news.com and also streaming on our website, also on Facebook and on DSTV. You're watching us on channel 279.
We begin from the eastern region where 3 outsourced maintenance workers have drowned in an underground fuel tank belonging to Cocoa Board in Ifiduase near Koforidua. The deceased were contracted to repair the leaking tank.
A call to work on a leaked fuel tank ended 3 lives on Monday within a space of about 10 minutes. An attempt to empty the tank ended in fatalities. The workshop for Cocoa Board at Ifiduase in Koforidua in the eastern region takes responsibility for maintenance of heavy-duty vehicles and robust terrain vehicles, as well as refueling and servicing of the vehicles. Fire service personnel rushed to the scene to retrieve the trapped bodies before depositing them at the St. Joseph Hospital.
3 males, 1 looked age, if I could guess, he's an elderly man who would be around 50 years, and then the other ones, if I should guess, their age would be between 30 and 40 years. 3 of them were rescued and then they were handed over to the police service and they were sent to St. Joseph Hospital.
The New Jobbing North National Disaster Management Organization NADMO officer Darlington Tabi confirmed the death, but observed safety precautionary measures were not adhered to.
They had to drain away the content of the tank to get the tank itself so that they'll be able to repair the cracks in the tank. Lo and behold, beneath there is no oxygen. So the first person got in and got drawn by the content of the tank, that is the fuel. The second person decided to rescue the person who got drawn initially, and the second person too got drawn. And the third person also had wanted to go and rescue the 2 of them, and unfortunately he also got drawn in. The 3 of them died.
The New Jobbing North Municipal Environmental Officer Daniel Kwekudako says the place would be cordoned off until investigations end. Police has begun investigation into the incident.
On to some other stories now. The bipartisan parliamentary committee probing the leaked audio tape is set to resume its hearing on Tuesday, the 10th of October. That's actually tomorrow. The committee, chaired by Ebuakwa South Member of Parliament Samuel Atachia, has so far interrogated all the named witnesses in the saga. The IGP has also appeared before the committee to respond to the issues raised.
The committee adjourned sittings temporarily on September 13th. Originally scheduled to resume sitting on October 2nd, the hearings were postponed due to the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association meetings held in Ghana last week. All the persons who matter in the scheme of things have so far appeared before the committee. The originator of the tape, Chief Bugri Nabu.
I cannot keep everything they were talking to me at that point. It was very, very good to record them so that I know the president. If I tell him something, he will follow up with the truth. Next time, he will not give me respect. You know him and I know him. So the best thing was to ensure that when I tell him, he asked me, "Are you sure?" I said, "Well, this is the tape."
The police officers at the center of the alleged plot, including the now retired COP George Alex Mensah.
I will make that statement again, that the current Inspector General of Police is not managing the police service well. It's something I will not run away from. I will say it everywhere, anywhere that I go.
And the man who stands accused, the IGP, Dr. George Akufo Dampare.
They came, made all these allegations in order to cover up probably the shame associated with what they got themselves involved in the first place. And I, an innocent person, focusing on my job, working in concert with my team and all commands across the country to keep the country safe and make it to be at peace with itself. I've been asked to come and answer to these allegations, which are wide, baseless. And I feel in my spirit that this is just not fair.
The chairman of the committee has also outlined the direction the committee will take in the coming days.
Because of the nature of what is happening, we want to do a thorough job and end quickly. The nation cannot be chewing on this matter for too long because it has a bearing on the security of this country. The head of internal security, if you care to know, the Inspector General of Police, is part of what we are trying to interrogate, and we should end it as quickly as possible.
In more news tonight, embattled retired police officer COP Alex Mensah has disclosed that he will tell it all when he appears before the parliamentary committee probing the IGP leak tape as the committee resumes sitting tomorrow, Tuesday, October 10. He spoke exclusively to Kemini Amano.
We went to the committee, we said the tape has been edited. And the chairman of the committee came out to say that yes, the tape has been edited.
Well,
it seems to me, you said allegedly.
It seems to me you're in a hurry to be vindicated.
Of course, I'll be vindicated. I know.
We'll see how that goes.
I know what happened.
You know what happened?
Yes.
What happened?
I'm not ready to say it here because it is before a committee.
So let's talk about some of the things that we have heard at the committee hearing. You have admitted that your voice was on the tape.
I will be happy if you drop what is going on before the committee. Because it's a parliamentary select committee which was initiated by the Speaker of Parliament. And I don't want to do anything that will be...
That will preempt the sitting. No, we are not going to preempt the sitting.
Let's drop that and then go to other things.
What I want to clarify is based on my previous question.
That?
About allegedly you being on that tape. Now, what I want to know is you have admitted that that meeting happened. You have admitted that part of those tapes that we have heard is you.
Yes, of course.
Why did that?
And there were truths.
There were truths.
None of the things in the tape was a lie.
Okay.
Or what I said the truth. And I will say it again anywhere. But I'm not ready to discuss it here, as I said. Because it's before a committee.
Right.
And I hope you wait when the committee finishes their work and comes out with their report.
Right.
Then everybody will know the truth.
Indeed. So, again, I'll just come back to, what we've heard so far from the committee hearing real quick. At the hearing, we hear you, again, talk about how poorly you think the current IGP is running and managing the police service. First, I'd like you to elaborate on that. But I'll also ask you, if you have worked under the IGP for the last few years, maybe several even, and you have kept all of these things still while you're in the service, it's easy for someone to conclude that you were embittered against the man.
That is somebody's conclusion. But you know why I will not elaborate? Because I was asked the same question at the committee, and I told them that I will do that in camera. So I cannot come and do that here. You understand? Yes. Something that I told the committee that I will do that in camera. That is why the committee has now moved in camera. So why should I come and say those things here?
But a few things that you said.
A
few things that you said. I just want to remind you. I'll remind you of those things that you said. You talked about how some POMAB members were not invited. The Police Management Board were not invited to meetings. You also spoke about how he was gagging everyone else in the police service. He's come out to explain that the reason he had done centralizing communication was so sanity will persist within the service. Is that a reason he's given you before, since you said you've confronted him with some of those things already?
I'm happy that you are reminding me of what I said. What I said, I've said it already. So I need not repeat it anywhere. You understand? Yes.
No, I'm not asking you to repeat. What I'm asking you is whether or not, because again, at the committee hearing, you mentioned that this is something you had told the IGP yourself because you're a very candid man. What was his response to you back then?
His response?
Yes.
No, that's something I will not say it here. It's something I will say it at the committee.
And that committee hearing will be on tomorrow, and I will bring you full coverage of that as well. On to some other stories now. And the leadership of Democracy Hub and Fix the Country say they will return to the streets throughout the month of December to demand the resignation of the president. The two groups are accusing the president of incompetence while supervising a government of family and friends.
What was described largely as a successful three-day protest by Democracy Hub and Fix the Country, the three groups say they will come December stage a 31-day protest against the current administration. According to the leadership of Fix the Country and Democracy Hub, the decision to resort to yet another protest stems from the fact that the current administration continues to do very little to address the concerns which forced them onto the street in September. The group argues the president, through his stewardship, has exhibited incompetence, corruption, and a clear disregard for human rights and the abuse of citizens and persons pushing for change within the current dispensation. The 31-day protest, which will be themed Occupy Julobi and Just Resign, according to the group, is aimed at forcing the president to resign from his position, or they have Parliament impeach him. They are further demanding the prosecution of corrupt individuals and persons they believe are in close ties with the current administration perpetrating harm against the country. The group says they will be picketing at the frontage of the Jubilee House, hoping to get access to the place this time round, and stressing that they will provide extensive guidelines for all persons who may want to be a part of their 31-day protest.
All right, so let's engage Oliver Barker-Vormawor, who is convener of and a member of the Democracy Hub group. He has joined us via Zoom. Oliver, very good evening to you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Right. So your statement clearly says that you intend to picket or demonstrate from the 1st to the 31st of December, the entire month of December. Why would you want to do that, and what exactly are you seeking to achieve?
You know, one of the things that we have been consistently talking about is that one of the corrective mechanisms for improving our democracy can come from the voices of the streets and mobilizing ordinary people to be able to push our political class on some of the things that they have taken us for granted on. Now, you would agree that for the past 2 years, Fix the Country and Democracy Hub have been very consistent in demanding and bringing young people onto the streets to demand changes to our democracy. And as I see, the political class are completely tone deaf and have zero interest in taking us seriously. Now, we are mounting on the consistency of our actions and also our persistence to show that these are not fleeting demands, but that we are actually demanding for substantive reform to our way of life. Now, In other democracies, for instance, in the US, for instance, Trump has been impeached, was impeached without any street protests. In our place, for instance, because there's such a disconnect between those who claim to lead us and we, the citizens, they would not do anything at all. And we know that power conceals nothing without demand. So we are demanding, we are knocking on the doors. And one of the things that we have said is that, listen, the protest can end in a day. It doesn't have to do all 31 days. As long as the first gentleman of the Republic resigns, we'll call off the protest. And so we're showing up and staying there till he resigns or by 31st of December. And if it doesn't, we'll go back and revise our notes.
Right. So bottom line, the President of the Republic, Nana Akufo-Addo, should resign and leave office, or you would use Parliament or go through Parliament to impeach him. That's the end game you have in mind.
Yes, absolutely. We think that when persons who have been given stewardship of our democracy so misuse and abuse the people's mandate, then the people must speak and take back that mandate. If we believe in a constitutional ideal that our democracy or the sovereignty relies on the people, then the people are entitled to call back the president. And so this is an attempt to recall a gentleman who has completely failed in that office and has impoverished Ghanaian lives, has jeopardized our democracy much more than ever before, and has brought us to the brink of where many people are openly calling for a coup d'etat. We think that removal of the president can be achieved constitutionally.
Okay.
And this is our belief and this is our demand in this era. We don't want any project that jeopardizes our democracy, and the whole republic cannot be sacrificed for the ego of one gentleman.
Okay.
This is why we're on the street, and this is why we're demanding difference.
And finally and briefly, Oliver, we know also that you already have had 3 days of a similar protest or picket. And did that achieve the result you wanted, for which reason you're asking for more? Or what exactly is it that you're looking forward to getting? And wouldn't that be a waste of man-hours over the 30-day period that you're looking at picketing?
Listen, 16 years of our lives have been wasted on the Fourth Republic. To think that to demand of young Ghanaians to come onto the streets and make their voices heard for 30 days is a waste, then we do not actually cherish this democracy and we don't want to see our lives improve. The idea that media houses can interview somebody who's lying on a hospital bed complaining about dialysis machine and die a few days later and there's no civic uproar tell us that we are continuing to devalue our lives and our responsibility to lead meaningful lives. We want a different democracy. And if it takes coming onto the street to demand it, that is what resisting oppressors' rule means when we chant and sing it.
Okay.
So when we are called upon to show our citizenship, this is not a point where we say that I have better things doing. If we have better things doing, then we have no responsibility, or we have no right to demand that our lives improve for the different.
Oliver, thank you so much for your time. Oliver Barker-Vormawor is a leading member of the Democracy Hub group, and we'll definitely be keeping close tabs on this for you as well.
Let's now continue with the rest of our stories. The majority leader, Osei Mensah Bonsu, says the minority could have invited the governor of the Bank of Ghana to Parliament to explain matters relating to the loss of the 60.2 billion cedis, among others, instead of the street protest. He tells TV3 in an interview that after the protest against the governor, it will be difficult for his side to support the minority if they should come up with a motion in the House.
Minority MPs in Parliament have called for the Bank of Ghana governor and his two deputies to resign.
We apologize for the break in that flow of the story. We'll definitely bring it to you in subsequent bulletins. In other news, though, former Sanitation Minister Cecilia Dapaah has asked an Accra High Court to order the Office of the Special Prosecutor to release her $590,000 and other cash sums seized, as well as unfreeze her bank accounts. She is insisting that the funds are not proceeds of crime. Cecilia Dapaah said that she has suffered hardship and embarrassment since these actions were taken against her by the OSP 2 months ago.
Madam Dapaah says monies transferred from her dead brother's account were payment of his children's fees. Office of Special Prosecutor that the said transfer was suspicious since the brother has been dead for
Right. Again, we will definitely be bringing you these stories so you can get a fuller context of what they are about. You're still watching News 360 on TV3. We'll be back right after this.
We're going to demonstrate to you the superior properties of Flamingo paint as compared to other paint brands on the market. We take equal quantities of Flamingo paint and this ordinary paint. We then dilute them with water. And now let the test begin. The gentleman on the left is going to apply the ordinary paint, and the gentleman on my right will use the Flamingo superior paint. As you can clearly see, Flamingo has the obvious better hiding. Furthermore, Flamingo has painted a much larger area. You know, one bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint is made with superior formulation to give superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior.
You dey sleep? That's Madina.
Sentuntum say wunna ma de jume ma wonsa.
Efrema be magani oba.
Ma wonsa. Sentuntum ma bo sumuda ma wonsa.
That shall not slap. Having black mosquito quail. Common tontom na empom wisie bebre na ema wo mowa na ema wo nhwam na ehwam.
Having insecticide spray eye hwam na sanso kumu a wotu ene omo wia nyina. Now having naphthalene balls and having perfumed insect repellent no kumu a wia na senja hwa wechiri.
Having black mosquito quail empom wisie bebre and say wo hene so ehwam kama no emubu na jumo size no boduma don't shred to me no.
And a heaven spray having naphthalene balls ni perfumed insect repellent no kumu a mutu na wa wonam from na senja hwa wechi.
Heaven dear bakope. Heaven dear
FDA achi edrede krato yatum.
You are your own person, unique, one of a kind, special. That's why you deserve everything tailored to suit your particular taste, your preference, your needs. Just like MTN Just For You. You can get customized offers tailored to who you are. Dial *141# or use the MyMTN app to get to choose from a variety of offers made just for you.
Choose Sukasa for the highest quality, luxurious townhouses in East Lagoon Hills. 2, 3, and 4 bedroom in a gated community starting at $40,000 in Accra, Ghana. Sukasa, building on trust.
Hello, my friends. My name is Calkit Toothpaste. Wow. I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Calkits, happy smile.
And the overall best students go to Kwame Boateng.
That's my
Get
son.
the TV.
Wow.
Enjoy the best quality sound with TCL Soundbar. Always buy the best from TCL. TCL, inspire greatness.
Whenever you fly to space or take your first step as baby, SoftCare always stays with you.
New SoftCare Space Series is rooted from space technology. Keeps
you dry and comfortable for 12 hours long. Offers you the most effective protection during your space journey. Soft Care. Protect your leap.
Are you ready? The biggest bonus ever! Promotion with cool prizes and many other bonus offers. Support 24/7. 1xBet gives you more. Use promo code to get your biggest bonus.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Yet responsibly, not for persons below 18 years. Gambling can be addictive.
See, Nasa, I have told you to use Kojak quality oral care products like the Kojak Charcoal toothpaste for strong teeth. Give me the meat.
Sis, that guy. Ajay, my teeth. Sis, haven't you heard of Kojak P&F toothpaste and their mouthwash? Right after here, get one for yourself. It helps fight sensitive teeth just like you're experiencing. Hey, sis.
Yes. Do not joke with your teeth because it may worry you in the future. Over the past 30 years that we introduced Procode onto the market, that has no competitor. We have again introduced Kojak Oral Care onto the market with the same high quality standard like Kojak Charcoal toothpaste that makes your teeth whiter and stronger. Kojak regular fluoride toothpaste that makes your teeth stronger, fights against toothache, and lathers well, leaving your mouth with an improved fresh taste and breath. If you have a sensitive teeth when you take something cold or hot, yours is to go for Kojak P and Kojak F together with the mouthwash. Go for Kojak Oral Care products because Kojak D it be quality keke.
This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back to News 360 on TV3. Let's bring you those earlier stories. The majority leader, Osei Mensah Bonsu, says that the minority could have invited the governor of the Bank of Ghana to Parliament to explain matters relating to the loss of the 60.2 billion cedis, among other matters, instead of the street protest. He tells TV3 in an interview that after the protest against the governor, it will be difficult for his side to support the minority if they should come with a motion to the House.
MPs in Parliament have called for the Bank of Ghana governor and his two deputies to resign due to issues such as a loss of 60.2 billion cedis and mismanagement. The MPs and other groups hit the streets to demand that the three central bank officials resign after public engagements and news conferences. But the majority leader, Osei Mensah Bonsu, says the minority MPs jumped the cut and cannot guarantee his side's support.
They are members of Parliament. We could have invited the governor to come and talk to issues that are not clear to us. You go on a demonstration, you organize a press conference against them, what you think is happening within the corridors, and then you go on a demonstration. Then you come back to Parliament to move a motion. Do you want me to support that? Like now you have made up your mind that whatever has been done by them is inappropriate, you're not going to countenance it, you bring him. So if he comes to explain, are you going to take it or jettison it? That, oh, I've made up my mind, don't convince me with facts.
Some of the minority MPs claimed the governor was invited to Parliament multiple times, but he failed to attend. But the majority leader deemed this untrue.
And then Studison is a coward. And we had stated earlier on that we were sure he won't show up. Because, I mean, for 7 years, I've been on the Public Accounts Committee. The Public Accounts Committee invites the Bank of Ghana at least twice a year. He's appeared only 3 times in 7 years, so it's not strange.
I don't know what you're saying. I don't know of that. You don't go out there and throw dust into the eyes of the people and give a dog a bad name to hang it. It's not right.
The legislators appear divided even before the House resumes for the matter to be tabled. But is this the best course of action? Evelyn Tinkma, TV3 News, Accra.
Former Sanitation Minister Cecilia Dapaah has asked the Accra High Court to order the Office of the Special Prosecutor to release her $590,000 and other cash sums seized, as well as unfreeze her bank accounts. She is insisting the funds are not proceeds of crime. Cecilia Dapaah said she has suffered hardship and embarrassment since these actions were taken by the OSP 2 months ago.
Madam Dapaah says monies transferred from her dead brother's account were payment of his children's fees. This is a response to claims by the Office of Special Prosecutor that the said transfer was suspicious since the brother has been dead for some time now. Madam Dapaah explains that the account was opened with funeral donations by Cow Bank at her brother's funeral. The OSP is back at the High Court seeking a confirmation of its freeze and seizure order. It will be recalled that the OSP seized $590,000 and 2.8 million cedis during a search of the former minister's residence. Her accounts were also frozen. An Accra High Court, however, issued an order allowing a release of the cash and asking for the accounts to be unfrozen. The OSP complied with this order but shortly announced it had seized the cash and issued a fresh freezing order. The minister has, through her lawyers, filed court documents asking the court to once again reject this request for confirmation of the actions. The OSP had also accused the former minister of engaging in an undeclared real estate business. It was further alleged that she had sold the property to a third party under the alias Nana Ya Ode. Madam Dapaah says she has no real estate business and investigators have failed to provide any evidence to back this claim. She adds that she did not conceal her identity to sell any property, but rather sold the said property in a representative capacity for Nana Ya Ode, also known as Nana Ode Nyako, her mother who is now deceased. The application was expected to be moved at the High Court on 18th October. However, lawyers for the former minister want an earlier hearing. They say that the continuous seizure of the cash and freezing of the accounts makes life hard for the former minister and subjecting her to embarrassment.
Over the weekend, there was some action and there has been back and forth in terms of response. And here's a quote: "We have a common enemy." That's the response from the Information Minister Kojo Nkrumah to the Ghana Journalists Association, the GJA, on Saturday's attack on UTV. The association criticized the Information Minister's statement on the attack, but the minister says the GJA should rather endeavor to find solutions to problems rather than chastise them. Judith Brown reports.
Concerns have been pouring in since the latest invasion of the Accra-based United Television by some persons suspected to be NPP thugs. From the National Media Commission to the Ghana Police Service to the ordinary citizen, many have publicly condemned the act, with the Ghana Journalists Association describing it as barbaric. But the statement issued by the Ministry of Information was met with heavy criticism from the GJA. The association had earlier expressed disappointment in the statement, describing it as a sharp contrast to the one issued on the Dagbon FM attack. The ministry, in an interview with TV3, confronted the issues head-on.
We have a common enemy we are fighting. That common enemy is the growing level of intolerance within the Ghanaian society, which is creeping into media discourse. The growing resort to violence to express views, the growing resort to bellicose and insulting language generally in the society. And what I expect of the GJA is to be a part of that solution.
But while the ministry strives to absolve itself from criticism, the letter that instigated the attack has once again surfaced, and this time the Ghana Journalists Association is describing it as an encroachment on editorial discretion.
The content of the letter, I think they did cross the line. It was beyond concern being expressed. What the media house decides to do may not be your concern.
The attack has once again raised issues of press freedom and safety, which has in recent times deteriorated. It remains to be known what the GJ is doing to promote journalist safety, especially in the lead-up to the 2024 elections.
When it comes to security, I look at it from three main fronts. What the GJ can do, what the media owner can do, and what the individual journalist can also do. Okay, what we can do is that when anybody, any journalist has cause or reason to believe that his or her security is under threat and you approach us, we will then make arrangements to have that need addressed.
Judith Brown, TV3 News.
In more news tonight, the Africa Education Watch says it has uncovered an escalation of examination malpractices, with candidates paying as much as 1,000 cedis for exam questions and favors. Its monitoring of the just-ended West Africa Senior High School certificate exams shows that leaked exam questions were solved by some teachers and transmitted through WhatsApp platforms to candidates. This follows earlier revelations by the West Africa Examinations Council, WAEC, that the level of malpractices is so high to the extent that it is unable to put a figure to it. WAEC confirmed that students, teachers and supervisors are involved in the illegality, adding that the situation is overwhelming. According to EduWatch, inadequate external security and supervisors fueled the mass leakage of questions. While this is not new, Africa Education Watch is urging WAEC and relevant bodies to amend the WAEC Acts and institute stiffer sanctions against culprits, including outright dismissal of GES staff involved in these acts.
Right, so Societe Generale Ghana has completed the refurbishment and handed over the 6th-floor surgical block of the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. The intervention is to commemorate the bank's 20th anniversary in Ghana.
The refurbishment included a complete facelift of wards, washrooms and offices, installation of a fire alarm system and a wireless nurse call system.
Regularly, we get people coming from all over to seek for the services that Korle Bu Teaching Hospital has to offer. But as you can imagine, a hospital that's a century old has got a lot of infrastructure challenges. And this is the need that SG has met. And so as part of our anniversary, we are rolling out and adopt a project campaign so that individuals and organizations can adopt similar projects and execute them. The head of department is in charge and will be responsible to make sure that the facilities are maintained so that when SG comes back in a few years' time, they wouldn't see it deteriorated.
The CEO of the hospital, Dr. Opoku-Ware Ampoma, lauded the bank for the intervention and called for more of such support.
Your mission is saving lives. Your mission is helping vulnerable people to get access to health. We are, as a bank, as Societe Generale Ghana, here to globally support the economy. But under our corporate and social responsibility, we are very happy and very proud to support your humanitarian mission, your very fundamental mission, once again, of getting this Ghanaian people getting access to health.
Societe Generale Group's corporate social responsibility focuses on meeting present generations' needs without compromising future generations' ability, encompassing care, sharing, and respect as a global concept.
The business segment is brought to you by MTN, Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal.
It's now time for the latest in the world of business news with Michael Obudu. Michael, What is Joe Jackson saying about the real value of the cedi?
Well, you know, it's been relatively stable for a while now, but he says that the true value will come up once we start paying our external creditors.
Okay, give us the details.
Hello there, good evening. Welcome to the business segment here on News 360. My name is Michael Obodu, and straight into our first story. As the Director of Operations at Dalex Finance, Joe Jackson has observed that the real value of the cedi will be revealed when government resumes servicing of its debt to external creditors. If Ghana secures assurances from its external creditors, this means that the country would have to resume servicing these debts.
Ghana suspended servicing of its debt since December 18 last year for the country to create some fiscal space to maneuver.
We stopped having to buy dollars to ship out to our creditors. And this has continued since last year and has been a really, really important reason why the dollar has stabilized up until now. But has it been stable up to now? Yes. Has it been partly a result of a policy intervention? A big yes. Is there a huge risk that the cedi will experience some volatility in the days ahead? The answer also is a big yes.
Director of Business Operations at Dalex Finance, Joe Jackson, expects debt service payments to resume at a lower rate compared to the rate before the suspension. He, however, thinks there will be pressure on the cedi, which could lead to significant depreciation of the local currency.
Debt servicing is zero pressure on the cedi. Whatever we start paying, it will add some pressure to the cedi. The challenge is this. Just now, we are about to conclude with the foreign debtors and on the treatment. And that conclusion will very well mean that we will now go back and start paying our debts, which will now put pressure on the cedi. Because right now, remember, debt servicing is zero.
The Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research, ISE, Professor Peter Quartey, is calling for a review of Ghana's approach to purchasing cocoa. This comes as Ghana secured less than $1 billion for the acquisition of cocoa beans for this season, marking the first shortfall in a number of years. Ghana secured approximately $800 million instead of the anticipated $1.13 billion. Director of ISE, Professor Peter Quartey, says the shortfall was expected as the country is currently crowded out of the international financial market. He, however, emphasized the need for a more sustainable approach to financing cocoa to alleviate the country's reliance on constant borrowing.
Well, you know, we are not in normal times. Gone are the days where we can go to the capital market and borrow to finance cocoa. Now, there is some kind of moratorium or some kind of embargo on external borrowing. So we cannot borrow like we used to do, and therefore the reduction in how much we used to borrow and how much we're going to borrow to finance cocoa. But I think with cocoa, it's about time we gradually build some buffers and start using cocoa board, start having some buffers to finance cocoa purchases. I think borrowing to finance cocoa is not sustainable. We have been doing this for God knows how many years. It was about time we gradually save and build some buffers so that.
Well, that'll be all for the business segment here on News 360. For more business stories, please check out our website, 3news.com. My name is Michael Obodu. Thank you for watching. As always, please stay safe. Up next is sports.
Introduces charcoal and lemon essence. The unique combination of natural essences whitens teeth naturally for you and family, because every smile matters.
New Pepsodent Herbal. Introducing a unique combination of herbal extracts in an antibacterial toothpaste for strong teeth and healthy gums that protects your family and you. Every smile matters.
You are your own person, unique, one of a kind, special. That's why you deserve everything tailored to suit your particular taste, your preference, your needs. Just like MTN Just For You. You can get customized offers tailored to who you are. Dial *141# or use the MyMTN app to get to choose from a variety of offers made just for you.
voice message.
Kofi George, it's your father. I've called several times. My medicine is finished.
Kofi, it's your mother again. Pick my calls, why?
Life is good for you today, but tomorrow may be different.
I was told to contribute to the SNIT scheme, but I refused. Now I depend on my children for my needs. It may be late for me now, but you can choose a better path.
Do not end up like Kofi George's parents, always depending on your children to care for you. No matter the work you do, register and sign up for Seed from SNIT for old age pension, invalidity pension, and survivor's lump sum benefit for your dependents. Take control of your future. Ayodachio, Fano Pass now. Contact SNIT for more inquiries. SNIT. We deliver on our promise. T's and C's apply.
Sports segment is brought to you by Bell Pack Tissues.
Welcome back to News 360. Time now for sports, and Yao Ofosulabi, aka One Kawawa, is with us. We know that the GPL has been on.
So Kotoko picked up their first win after 4 games. They just won their first game. Exactly. So they started this match. They are at the bottom of the table. Wow. Exactly. And so the win now pushed them up a bit.
Okay, give us details.
That's it. Let's head into the sports news this evening here on News 360. And Kumasi Asante Kotoko were in action earlier tonight in the final game of match day 4 in the Ghana Premier League, with Carlo Ouattara grabbing the stoppage time winner for the Porcupines. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Lamte finds Sharif the goal for the shot option. Now Sharif swings one in. Afu doesn't make a step. Asante Kotoko has scored on the stroke of full time. Carlo Ouattara finally breaks the deadlock. Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
That's a really good header there from Carlo Ouattara there to give Kotoko all 3 points. But still on Kotoko though, here are some fans and how they reacted to the victory in Accra.
Not the level that we want. Right? But the first thing is that if the team is the team is not made to the level we want and they are still winning, that's the mark of a good team. Right? They just see the time and the peace of mind to build. So a very, very, very good result, not the greatest of performances. And number one said, so they starting your preseason and let team Jeremy. And the every match they are good improvement but now what I share then you want to confidence of we are to be near to the set and then your best set. Yes, and our first goal for the season is not that we wanted. Now we are starting our campaign. You know, there are some little thoughts that we were not going to write. Now we are up there. I'm impressed with the game I watched, and I think that we are going to go from this and get more wins.
Well, the ever vociferous Kumasi Asante Kotoko fans there, you heard them. Now, as Ampem Dakwan ladies have been drawn in Group B of the CAF Women's Champions League against Moroccan side Asfa Club, Mali Outfits, AS Monday, and Equatorial Guinea side Hurricanes FC. Head of the Ampem Dakwan ladies media team, Erica Soma, believes that they can make it out of the group and hopefully make history for Ghana.
Just after seeing the groups, there's not anything big to us. We've always been expecting it. As long as there is a trophy, that is where our focus is. So, for me, I think looking at how we've been preparing for this, I believe we will come out of the group, and then also from there, we are hoping to get close to the trophy. And if possible, we bring back the trophy once we brought the waffle home.
All right, so the maiden edition of the CAF Women's Champions League had Hazakes ladies get into the final, and now we're looking at Ampem Dakwan ladies wanting to also get there. Now, before Mediama reached the money zone earlier this year, Ghana were on an 11-year drought in the CAF Champions League. 3 Sports Bilishen takes a look at how Ghanaian teams struggled in that competition over the last decade.
And yet, so far, in the 2011-2012 CAF Champions League season, finishing 3rd in Group B with a respectable total of 9 points. In that year, they were in a group with Cairo neighbours Al Ahly and Zamalek, and then Congolese giants TP Mazembe. Since then, Ghanaian clubs have tried and tried again, but failed to reach the coveted money zone in Africa's Premier Club competition. The preliminary stage broke many of the teams. Asante Kotoko had the most opportunities, making 6 appearances in 11 seasons. However, the likes of JSM Bejaya, Barak Young Controllers, and most recently RC Kadiogo sent them home. Takwa-based Midyama are in there now and have been paired with 11-time winners Al Ali, Algerian powerhouse CR Belouizdad, and Tanzania's Young Africans in Group D. The task is a tough one. No Ghanaian club has won the competition in over 2 decades. If the Mauve Yellows want to etch their names in the history books, they would have to start with a dominant showing at the group stage level.
Right, so that would be an impressive performance if Midyama are able to get past the group stage in the CAF Champions League. We wish them all the best in that. My name is Yao Fusulabi, and that's all the sports.
Are you tired of struggling with bad financial situations? At Quick Credit, we understand the difficulties that come with transitioning to a better one. That's why we're here to simplify the process for you. With loan facilities of 1,000 cedis and upwards, all you have to do is call and we will take care of the rest. All you need is your national ID. No savings, no collateral, no susu, no deposits, and no account opening required. Quick Credit has you covered. Whether you're expanding a business, starting a new one, facing an emergency like school fees or funeral expenses, or even just in need of a salary loan. Call Quick Credit today, 0302 200 390 or 059 692 0833. We do not give loans via the internet. Quick Credit is regulated and licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Terms and conditions apply. Quick Credit. Lending made simple.
Mommy.
Michelle say, fe.
Different era, better result. Time has changed and time has brought Kel Charcoal Toothpaste, healthy gums, anti-cavity, fresher breath, and it whitens teeth. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste, Sankofa,
Yenchi, Kel Charcoal Toothpaste.
Happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Wait a minute, yo!
It's on my nephew.
Wow! This place has changed, yo! Yo! Ajwa, look at you all grown up, yo!
Some things never change, like Gino's quality recipe that gives my food that rich color, unique natural taste every time.
Smells good, yo!
Hey, sister, with the wapun sano and kasa, just like I remember.
Uncle, hurry up and let's open the suitcase.
Ajua, chai, name shrink quite bad.
Best jollof I've ever eaten.
Wow, this is real jollof, mommy.
Gino dear, Emma Adriana de Ankasa.
Say Gino dear, fie.
It's delicious, yo!
This advert is FDA approved.
Entertainment news segment is brought to you by Awake Purified Drinking Water, GTP Lifestyled, Vodafone, Further Together, and powered by 3 Entertainment.
Noella is here for the latest in the world of entertainment, and we have a winner after 13 weeks. It's number 9.
Why are you doing this? You said it. Yeah. That's not what people predicted and they won. If it was the best, it would have won big. Now let's get into the details of some entertainment here on News 360. My name is Noella Donko. After 13 weeks of fun, education and excitement, the Volta Region's representative, Selom, is the winner of the 2023 Ghana's Most Beautiful. Now, side winning a 15,000 15,000 Ghana cedis cash prize. She will also embark on an all-expense paid trip to Dubai, have a year free supply of GTP products, a year supply of airtime from AT, and many more. Magdalene Gada, and that's her name, and she's Selom. She beat stiff competition from 4 others to win the second crown for her region as her 11th unsuccessful GMB campaign. 5 spirited and gorgeous contestants, Nayele, Kwatama, Nura, Selom and Adwanige battled it out for the coveted GMB crown. The final showdown was a test of their thoughtful connection to the heritage and history of their respective regions.
That the Bono people came all the way from Israel through to the Sahara and settled on the Bono Manso. Present-day Techiman, they were the first to settle on the land. They are the oldest.
The finalists did not disappoint as they brought their own personalities to bear, marketing the unique culture and traditions of their regions and its entirety to the judges and audience.
You can't count 3 regions without mentioning my region. We are known for our friendly crocodile pond that attracts millions of people trooping into my region. The Pyrgos Slavery Camp that shares reflections of how our ancestors went through pain and dark parts of the transatlantic slave trade.
Southeastern part of Ghana, the land of great mountains, well-endowed women, strong and protective men, beautiful and clear water bodies.
After the colorful display of talent, intellect and cultural tradition from the 5 beautiful finalists, next was a question and answer stage. This was a defining moment of the night as it put the intellect of the finalists to test.
The moment we've all been waiting for. That time we've waited with bated breath for.
And after 13 years of unsuccessful campaign, Selom won the coveted crown for the Volta region.
Your GMB Queen 2023 is
I'm happy that I'm able to uplift the flag of Volta High. I am so excited. I'm thankful to God.
Coming through to the finals tonight, I mean, what did the magic for you today?
For me, it's God. It has always been God from the beginning. So for me, it's God. It's God. To everybody in the Volta region, I'm Muganto Moto. I say thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything that you have done for me. God bless you all.
What are you going to be doing with the crown, finally?
I'm going to embark on my project to help needy students and also students on the island, those that are not able to get access to education.
The 23-year-old walked home with a 15,000 Ghana cedis prize package and all-expense paid trip to Dubai, a common 20 brand-new phone from Techno and 5,000 worth of products from the company.
Wave to your people, the latest queen in town. GMB 2023.
Greater Accra Region's Nayele came in second, while Bono Region's Kwatama was third. Congratulations going out to Selom once more. And that's it for entertainment here on News 360. My name is Noella Donko. International news is up next.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has warned Israel will use enormous force against the Hamas militant group. Benjamin Netanyahu said the Israel Defense Forces' retaliation for the West attack on Israeli soil in decades has only just begun. About 900 people have been killed in Israel since Saturday's surprise attack, including 260 people massacred by Hamas gunmen at a music festival. Israel's defense minister has ordered a complete siege of the Gaza Strip, cutting off food, fuel, electricity and water supplies. Rescuers are digging for survivors of a powerful earthquake that flattened whole villages in Afghanistan, killing more than 1,000 people. The 6.3 magnitude quake struck Saturday morning in Herat province, a barren landscape dotted with mud bricks homes. Villagers are still using shovels and bare hands to search for more than 500 people missing. Aid, delayed by blocked routes and communication lines being down, only started to trickle in on Monday. There are fears the death toll could be much higher.
And that's how we bring the bulletin to an end. Thank you very much for spending the last hour with us. My name is Martin Esiedudate.
I am Portia Gabo. Have a lovely evening.
Remember to brush your teeth before you go to bed this evening and tomorrow morning when you wake up from bed with either Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, Pepsodent Charcoal, Pepsodent Herbal, or Pepsodent Triple Protection, because